Hey everybody, welcome to Navel Gazing, the Valley Indie podcast. My name is Eugene Driscoll of valleyindie.org. Here are the bad slugs with Ride the Dinosaur.
For hundreds of years we've brought you the news. Printed the info, we gave you the clues.
I'm going to make sure I'm live
Owners' profits were always sky
because my son was using this yesterday,
Changing market now
and I just noticed he changed all my settings. Anyway, again, I am Eugene Driscoll. You'll see a message there of valleyindie.org. That thing about stars. So this page qualifies for Facebook monetization, particularly this program called Facebook Stars. Stars with a capital S. And I'm just going to explain what it is. I'm a little hesitant. It's a little tricky, I think. But basically what you do is you go to facebook.com. I guess I'll have to put the link in there. You purchase these digital credits. I think I tried it. You can buy them for like $5. And then you go and you buy the credits. And then you come back here. And when I'm live streaming, you can possibly donate the stars if you so wish. I'm trying to find the link. I have to, it's too much work. Anyway, if you go down here, if you go down one post, it's fb.com/stars. fb.com/stars. So you go over there, you purchase your credits, you come back here, and you can support the Valley Indie that way. Perhaps the thing to do, I'm not going to emphasize it too much, but if there's anybody out there who already is using stars, feel free to give it a try. Like I said, I purchased stars, and I tried to donate to a Valley Indie live stream like a week ago, and I didn't see an option. But the thing is, it's another revenue source potentially for this organization. And, although the news is free and the Valley Indie will always be free, producing it is far from free. And my grants are up in May. I have to apply again. So I don't know if we'll be here in 2024. So I'm trying different things. All right. That's neither here nor there. So if you want to support the Valley Indie through giving stars, go right ahead. If I get it's 1 cent per star, and then if I get $100, they do a payout. So we're not going to get rich off this thing. But I just wanted to go over some latest news. Earlier today, I talked to Lieutenant Patrick Lynch of the Ansonia Police Department, and he expressed his thanks to the public for their assistance last night in locating a missing person. An 80-year-old Ansonia woman went missing last night, causing a silver alert to be issued. I'm sure you all probably saw it on Facebook, if not the Valley Indie page elsewhere, including Ansonia Police Department. I saw it on the town of Seymour, and I'm sure many others. The woman suffers from Alzheimer's, from what I was told. She wound up driving to New Haven, where her car broke down. But luckily, and we're talking, this is the middle of the night that this happened, because Ansonia Police issued an alert at 3 a.m. this morning saying she was safe and sound. But what happened was her car breaks down. 2 tow truck employees in that area stopped to help her, and then they took her, got her and her car all the way back to Ansonia. She was unharmed, according to police, but she was taken to the hospital to get checked out. So a happy ending to a missing persons case overnight in the city of Ansonia. Lieutenant Lynch also said police are making progress in regard to a shootout that happened a few weeks back near the intersection of Main Street and West Main Street in Ansonia, where 2 people fired shots at each other, one from a car, the other was on the street. There were no injuries in that incident, property damage only. And currently, Ansonia police are working to get arrest warrant or warrants. So that's good news as well. And of course, anonymous tips are always welcome at the Ansonia Police Department for anybody who has any information about any of this stuff. Go to the Ansonia Police Department Facebook page for that information. Other things going on, I thought I would take a moment to go over the latest news, what's going on at valleyindie.org. Valleyindie.org is an online website, online news site, online newspaper covering Ansonia, Derby, and the town of Seymour. Here it is right there. I'll go over the Seymour thing. That might be a big thing, but I just wanted to point out there were new officers installed at the Derby Fire Department over the weekend. Congratulations to the new chief, Michael Glode. Jean Falbo-Sosnovich, as a matter of fact, just handed in a story. She interviewed the new chief. And also thanks to Jason Edwards, who photographed that over the weekend for the Valley Independent Sentinel. The Valley Independent Sentinel, I am the only full-time employee. I work Monday to Friday. I really can't work Saturday and Sundays. I mean, of course, sometimes I do, but other obligations, obviously, in the personal life prevent me from working the weekends as well. Gene Falbo-Sosnovich writes 4 stories a week. He's also not available on the weekends. So weekends are tough. It's not it's not like we're ignoring news, but it's hard to do. But Jason Edwards, photographer, was available to freelance that assignment. Thank you very much. They're great photos, by the way. So if you go to valleyindy.org, look at new officers installed at Derby Fire Department, and take a look. Going up to this, and let's see if I share this, will it go with me? Let me see. There is a big meeting happening Thursday night in the town of Seymour, public hearing on a proposed zone text change that could potentially pave the way for the Villa Bianca venue to be converted into a residential mental health facility is scheduled for January 12th. Seymour Planning and Zoning Commission will hold the hearing at 6 p.m. at Town Hall 1 First Street. So if you're not aware of that, please visit valleyindy.org. Let's see what happens. I just wanted to bear with me for 1 second. Also, apologies if this is a little choppy because, no, it worked. I'm still having problems with StreamYard, and I'm on constant emails with StreamYard customer service. But anyway, this is a zone text change that would add, as my incredibly long headline says, it's a request to add, quote, community mental health residential living center to the zoning of that property, which is on Roosevelt Drive, known as Villa Bianca. This isn't a site plan application for a facility, but assuming or presuming the zone text change is approved and the zoning language is added to the current zoning language, it would pave the way for a specific site plan application. So this is America. The government wants to hear how the people feel about that zone text change at this point, and that's at 6 p.m. Town Hall. We also have links to the agenda on valleyindy.org in that particular story. If you visit, it's the top story on the website right now. By the way, it's 12:07 p.m. Tuesday, January 10th. We also have that same night in Seymour at 7 p.m. is the regular meeting of the Seymour Planning and Zoning Commission. The zone text change is up for the agenda didn't specifically say, I assume it's up for discussion, but it just listed that this thing is happening. It didn't specifically say a discussion or a vote. However, as we learned in Ansonia with Olson Drive, I think back in November, something could be on the agenda and the commission could call it for a vote. May not happen this Thursday. You would presume there would at least be a discussion, but the potential is there and the agenda is not crystal clear. Not a criticism, just stating the fact. So 6 p.m. public hearing, that 7 p.m. regular meeting of the Seymour P&Z. So I go to the bakery up there. Chavez, is it Chavez or Chavez? I'm sorry, but great rye bread. There is a petition in there from people who are opposed to this, neighbors who are opposed to this. It's a commercial/residential zone. Stop sharing that. The other thing new on the site, I have not posted it to Facebook yet. Let me bring that up. Is a letter. You know, the political season is definitely starting early in the city of Derby. Last week we had former Board of Aldermen, 2nd Ward Representative Joe DiMartino announce his candidacy for mayor Thursday night. We did a story on Friday. I either posted it late Friday or early Saturday morning. I can't remember which. But in response to that, I mean, Mayor Zekin was quoted in the article. We also reached out to his chief of staff, Walt Mayhew, last week. The mayor submitted a letter to the editor, which I published about 9 a.m. this morning. If you want to check out that, letters to the editor are limited to 550 words, if anybody doesn't know, and they have to comply with our policies. Letters can be tricky, especially in the Facebook age, but we do welcome them as long as you stay on point and, don't get us sued for libelous slander, okay? So that's that. Meetings this week. It is a very busy week meeting-wise in the Valley. I'm sort of amazed at all the stuff going on. First up, I think this afternoon, let me see if I can bring it up right here. The Derby Board of Education is scheduled to meet at sort of an odd time. Bear with me 1 second. They're meeting 3:15 p.m. Tuesday, January 10th, Derby Middle School Cafetorium. That's at 73 Chatfield Street. And the meeting is also available via Zoom. So let me see if I can share this screen. What I thought was interesting of this meeting, and I'm just a nobody sitting in my basement talking to strangers about local news. Okay, so it's the athletic committee meeting, Tuesday, January 10th, 3:15 p.m. If we scroll down a little, and this is some bias, I'm going to admit some bias. Number 7 there, they're supposed to talk about esports. I did listen to a Derby Board of Education meeting from a few weeks back, and their athletic director talked about, hey, potentially they were kind of kicking around the idea of starting some type of esports program at Derby High School, I believe it was. I don't know if this is district-wide or just the high school, but if you attend this meeting, or if I attend this meeting later today, I can find out more. That's, of course, esports. It's exploded in popularity and legitimacy, and many schools around the country do this. There's definitely a desire for it, I would assume, among the student body, because there is elsewhere. So I think that's an interesting discussion to be had, something new. And what's news if not new? If not new information? So that's happening there. Go back and check my list here. I might try, I don't tell anybody, but I might try stream sniping some of these meetings. They're going to be on Zoom. And I think if I share it, I might be able to get on the Valley Inn Facebook page. I'm not going to ask permission because I don't want people to be able to say no. But if they send me a cease and desist afterward, I will comply with the law. Another meeting happening is the Ansonia Aldermen. They meet tonight on Zoom at 7 p.m. Let's take a look at their agenda. That's a pretty busy agenda as well. I believe it's right here. Here's the virtual packet. So if you visit the City of Ansonia website, which is cityofansonia.com, go down to their calendar, click over on meetings. You can get this information as well. But you can see it there, 7 p.m. on Zoom. Also in the meeting calendar, they have the direct Zoom link. Well, that might be clickable too. But something that I thought jumped out at me, Ansonia Fire Department, the chiefs have written a letter asking to look into whether it makes sense to do some type of consolidation of firehouses to build a new headquarters in Ansonia. I know that's been something that's been kicked around since the Valley Indy launched in 2009. A lot of these, one of the best things about the Valley, in my opinion, I know I'm not supposed to give opinions, the fire department buildings. Of course, the volunteers that man and run those buildings are more important, but there's a real sense of history when you go into virtually any firehouse in the Valley. But anyway, but they're expensive to maintain. These are old buildings. So could costs be found in Ansonia if there's some type of consolidation? Also, you'll see I talked about crime at the top of this broadcast in Ansonia specifically. Crime surveillance program is under old business. The mayor, the chief of police, Chief Williams, John Marini, had talked about months back possibly installing some type of surveillance system in the north end to deter crime and to possibly catch criminals in the act. They have an executive session, and they state exactly what they're going to do through contract renewal of the chief of police. So I guess it seems like they just hired him. So his contract renewal is already up. That's a proper executive session item because they are talking about a contract and a specific personnel. Although the chief, if he wanted to, he could say, hey, let's talk about it in public. There's nothing saying you can't do that. So that's the City of Ansonia meeting. So I talked about the Derby Board of Education. I talked about the Ansonia Aldermen, right? Some good stuff. God bless America. It's so easy to attend these meetings. You can do so from your couch, or I will stream snipe them and you can watch them perhaps on Valley Indy Facebook, barring any cease and desist. On Wednesday, I was looking at our story list for the Valley Independent Sentinel. Gene Falbo-Sosnovich noted that Seymour Board of Education meets at 6:30 p.m. Wednesday. The superintendent and the Board of Ed may start talking about budget stuff. That's always fun. Thursday, 6 p.m., there is a Route 8 meeting. Now, I've seen a lot about this, but I was completely confused as to what it's about. But through the magic of Google and having a few minutes finally to catch up with some stuff, I found this. There's a meeting. This is online as well. It's going to be streamed on YouTube. It's going to be on Zoom. You can probably look for it on our Facebook page because I will also be stream sniping them. Bring it on. Bring it on. Governor Lamont. What's his name? Yeah, Ned Lamont. Okay. The Connecticut Department of Transportation will conduct a virtual public information meeting concerning the Route 8 design build project on Thursday, January 12th at 6 p.m. I won't read that whole thing, but they have a website you can go to, Route 8 Design and Build. Construction is anticipated to begin in spring 2023 based on the availability of funding, acquisition of rights and way, approval of permits. Estimated cost is approximately $77.3 million. The project is anticipated to be blah, blah, blah. Oh, here. Actually, I skipped over the important part. The purpose of the project is to provide corridor improvements that bring this section of roadway to current standards. Areas of improvement include roadway pavement, on and off ramps, roadway illumination, guide rails, bridge joints, and deck repairs, along with other minor bridge rehabilitation. Detour routes will be provided should ramps be needed, blah, 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 blah. So that's coming up if you want to learn about what changes, or if you want to learn the reason why you will be stuck in traffic in, what do they say, 2023, attend this meeting. Oh yeah, spring 2023, that's coming right up. Hot diggity. Stop sharing that. Get rid of that page. And what else we got going on? There's new fire chiefs. Seymour Middle School, they're doing, like Derby did their installation of fire chiefs over the weekend. Seymour Fire Department is scheduled to do the same thing up at the Seymour Middle School, 7 p.m. on Thursday. Now, here's the thing, and this is one of the reasons, you have that. Hi, Lisa Beth, how are you? I think I can do that. Welcome to the stream. But one of the reasons I have that wacky thing looking to get stars and donations is because we're 1.5 people. I'm full-time. Gene writes 4 stories a week on a freelance basis, and we have 2 things happening Thursday night. So 2 things. We have 3 things. I'm sorry, 3 events happening Thursday night, divided by 2 people. The math doesn't work. I wasn't good at math, but we would need somebody else. So I don't think we're going to be able to cover the Seymour Fire Department installation of new chiefs. If anybody from the fire department is listening, please feel free to send me photos, cut lines. I will put everybody's name if I can get that information. I'm also reaching out to a freelance photographer to see if he or she is available. I don't think they are. They're available over the weekend, but weekday night is tough. So anyway, but still a great event. New chiefs installed for the Seymour Fire Department, 7 p.m. at the middle school. Now, I wonder if maybe I should get rid of the... Oh, wait, it just shows up there. Yeah, during this I don't know if stars works. I have it set up. So stars is a thing. You buy stars from Facebook, going to whatever page I mentioned before. Hold on, I got to look it up. fb.com/stars. You buy $5 worth of stars, then you're armed with stars, and then you come back here, and there should be something saying, hey, support the Valley Indy by giving them some stars, and 1 star equals 1 cent, and if we get something like 10,000 stars, we get paid out $100. Once we hit 100, then they pay you. So, I don't know. New revenue stream. What else? Mike Kenichi, the Niche, he has some new episodes up on the Mike Kenichi YouTube page. These are also broadcast to Comcast Channel 10. His latest interview is with noted, legendary Connecticut broadcaster, news person, news reporter, Mr. Al Terzi. So let's take a moment to peek in on Mike's interview with Al.
He when he conducted that interview, he said, you're pretty good. If I get a job in a better market, I'm going to introduce you to the general manager. And I said, oh, that's great. And he did. And I took an audition with the general manager, and I was hired on the spot. And right after my cousin got his new job in Utica. And it's funny. I said, well, how much am I going to make? He said, well, we're a small operation. It was a 250 watt station, which means that they could probably broadcast to perhaps 3 blocks away or something like that. No, pretty much the town could hear his signal, but beyond the town itself, there was nobody listening. My price was $1 an hour. My first job.
Wow.
$1 an hour.
Ha, that's pretty cool. That's Mike Kenichi interviewing Al Terzi. Go check that out at Mike's Facebook page. I'm sorry, YouTube page. I will attempt to embed that if I remember as well. If I hit escape, does that go back? Oh, yeah. And here, if you look on the right-hand side, I don't know if people can see this. I guess I should check this other thing. But you can look at all of Mike's past videos. He's been doing a ton of interviews there. It's great. I think it's great we have Mike's a Derby guy, and we have this local talk show happening. There's also Live with Johnny on Facebook, on YouTube, and YouTube. I believe Johnny's a Naugatuck resident. But looking at that, he's had a whole bunch of people on. Hometown Heroes is a big one. He had David Cassetti a few weeks back, David Cassetti Jr. He might have Dwight Gooden he had on. One of the guys from The Sopranos, Eugene from The Sopranos. I don't know if anybody remembers that particular character. He also, there it is right there, Robert Funaro. That was a good interview. He also had on somebody named Eugene Driscoll last week. I don't know. I'm not quite pulling the views of some of these other people, but I'm not going to let my ego get the best of me. I just refuse to acknowledge that no one is interested in what I have to say. Stop sharing that. Go back to the StreamYard. Just one other random thing. There is, I don't know, if I start doing these a lot, what if we do a thing called What Could Possibly Go Wrong, where we do what every YouTuber does. You steal content from Reddit and then react to it. So I thought I would give that a try to put my, Generation Z boots on and go there. I'm going to go back here. So I identified with this guy because I've done this in a way in my house. I think, I don't know. Anyway, let me see if I can play it. So this is from Reddit, the subreddit called What Could Possibly Go Wrong. There might be some language. Or maybe not. So it's a 49-second video. Darn you, Reddit. Oh, it won't play. How about that? What if I bring it down to 240p? Refresh it. Does that work? And it brings back, probably going to be cursing in a second. That's some guy. That's not the one I wanted. Here it is. I play it small. Does it work? I've been there, sort of. Blindly yell for someone to close the water. Kids being scared is never funny, but it ends well. It's okay. Get mom! Somebody get mom! I assume mom calmly downstairs shut off the water main. But I had a thing. I tried to change a toilet upstairs in my house. And I got as far as taking the lid off the top of the toilet, and I dropped it, and it broke a pipe that connects to the toilet upstairs. Then we redid our bathroom. We hired this terrible contractor, and they got to the point where they had it was all a nightmare. I'm having PTSD. They got to the point where they had everything stripped down, and then my son was in the downstairs bathroom and suddenly just started screaming, just like those kids. And there was just water pouring through the ceiling because the contractor had busted a pipe upstairs. That guy, I don't even want. He walked off the job essentially. We got to the point where I was having other people come in and they were pointing out, paid a lot of money, and people were pointing out it essentially was a hack job, and it was. And he kept telling me that, once we paint it, it'll look good. And I was like, well, I owe you like $1,000. He had to put on a backsplash. I was like, I'm going to hold off until it's painted, and then I'll pay you the $1,000. And then he just disappeared and never showed up again. So some guy out of Milford. I would recommend, if you're hiring a contractor, you can go to the Connecticut court system, the civil cases. the civil side, and you can look up criminal as well. It's open to the public as a database, and check to see if your contractor, is being sued left and right or owes $1 million in credit card fees. That's always, you have the right to know that. Anyway, I've never had really a positive experience with the contractor I've hired, unfortunately, and I live in Derby. So, all right, on that happy note, does anybody have any questions? This is now the Q&A part of, we have actually literally 0 people watching, which is disturbing. Did I say something? I swear to God, like Facebook, they granted me access to their monetization program, which is, it is what it is. It sounds it's hard to explain. You have to go to Facebook, give them money, and then you can throw stars at me. You can literally throw pennies at me. I don't know, but I'm just a reporter, not a business person. And then once I'm granted, suddenly these live streams go from 700 viewers to 0. So what's the deal there, Facebook? Nobody has any questions. Let me see. Let me just try out one thing here. And this will be really not interesting to people. But what if I go into the other page, or my personal account, Eugene Driscoll, and then I search, because I know I bought stars. I bought $5 worth of stars. And then can I come back? I don't want to switch accounts, Facebook. Don't force me to. Okay, so this is me. Now I'm here commenting, and I'm watching this video. And it says during this broadcast, you can, but there's no, oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay. So in the chat, on my chat, I'm here. I'm going to type, I'm here. And then that pops up. And on the right-hand side, I have a give stars. So that's how it works. Hi, Eugene Driscoll. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Baba Booey. I'm going to give a star. I'm going to give myself 50 stars. Send 50 stars. What happens then? Nothing. Apparently, there it is, 50 cent. Oh, look, but then 50 cent, like the hip hop dude. And then it comes across like that. In StreamYard, the graphic doesn't come through, but I'm looking on Facebook and it says 50 cent. All right, so that's how stars work. You got to go to Facebook. You got to buy stars from them, and then you can come back here and donate if you're so inclined. And again, it is fb.com stars. fb.com stars. So that works. Since we're not getting any questions and it's just me talking to myself, I might as well call it a day and get back to work at valleyindy.org. Got a lot of good stories coming this week. Tune in later when I try to steal municipal government streams.